Now that the Trump administration has decided that they are giving up in the fight against the coronavirus, the question remains as to how they're going to convince the American public that everything is okay, that we should just be okay with the fact that over 130,000 Americans have died from this disease. And the answer is, Trump thinks we're all just going to get numb to it. Trump thinks Americans are just going to see so much death that eventually we're just not going to care about it anymore. Almost like his campaign speech of there's going to be so much winning, you're going to be like, no, please, no more winning, except it's going to be death instead of winning. And eventually we're just not even going to beg for the deaths to stop. We're just going to forget that it's even there because it's just so common. Now, the ridiculous part about this is that he's not wrong, folks. That's the saddest part of this. He actually seems to understand how the American brain works. Because we do overlook the death. We do become numb to it. How many times have we seen a mass shooting here in the United States? 30, 40, 50 or more people killed in a matter of minutes. And we demand action, we demand change, and then everything just goes quiet until the next one happens. Then we demand action and we demand change because too many people are dying, and then it dominates the news for a week or two, and then it just disappears. Then it gets to the point where, oh, another mass shooting. Wow, another mass shooting, another mass shooting, another mass shooting. And we do become numb to it. And Trump is hoping that the same mentality that has made us numb to mass shootings is going to make us numb to the deaths from COVID-19, the deaths resulting from his failures. Because that's what this is, folks. They are giving up. The rest of the world figured out how to beat the thing. It wasn't easy, it wasn't pleasant, but they did it and they overcame it, and they are allowed to turn to life as normal. Us, on the other hand, we're not even allowed to travel to those countries right now because of our leadership. Has there ever been another point in your life where you, as an American citizen, have been barred from entering another country just based on who you are, where you were born, where you live? I know the answer is actually yes. There are plenty of area, not plenty, but there's a couple areas out there that have had restrictions on travel from the U.S. into their country, but never like this. If you're in Arizona, you can't go to Mexico right now. Canada is closing off their border. Europe is closing their airports to Americans. We can't get over there. That's never happened in my lifetime. But that is what is happening with Trump, and he thinks we're just going to forget about this. He hopes that we get numb to all of this, to all of the death. But there is a difference between the coronavirus and the mass shootings and everything else that the United States has become numb to in the past. It's easy to become numb to something if you are not directly affected by it. Yeah, school shootings are horrendous. But if you didn't have a child there, or if your spouse wasn't a teacher there, or you weren't a teacher there, you didn't see it firsthand, you weren't actually there, nobody you knew died, you didn't know anybody that went to that school or was at that mall or was at that concert, then yeah, it's easier to shrug it off because it's not something that eats at your thoughts every second of every day for the rest of your life. That's how the PTSD from these events works. I know people who've been at them. But with COVID-19, that's a different story. We have all been affected by this. We have all had to change how we go to the grocery store. We have had to change how and where we work. 46 million Americans lost their jobs because of it. This has affected everyone in one way or another. So this isn't the kind of thing that people are going to get numb to, because everybody has been affected by it. Some worse than others, just like with the mass shootings. So Trump may be right that Americans do get bored and numb and move on from issues, but not something on this scale. Let's hope that he's wrong. Otherwise, he could easily win re-election in November.